Today we're installing a bit of storage in an attic. The design looks like this. The doors have an applied moulding, which is a bit cheaper than making them 5-piece with a shaker recessed panel. They've been sprayed in a dove grey, and we're just levelling the frame. It's taken us quite a while to get this right. We've had a few struggles with it, but we've used the laser level. I don't know if that line shows up here, but we've just got some marks which we're trying to keep consistent all along. So we made a mark at the same height off the top, and then we've levelled it with their feet, which are on the back of these frames, like that. Similar feet underneath these drawer units as well. And then we've, in fact, the first thing we did was fit that. So that provided a sort of guide to butt up against, so each of the frames fit tight back up to that. And then we've doctored these brackets. These are Space Pro angled ceiling brackets, which have a second part, but the space was too tight to fit the second part in, so we've had to do it our own way by fitting extra brackets onto them. Now, a good tip for double checking the plumbness of these things, that's the level but in the vertical, is you just move your head in until you can eye the lines, and those lines should be parallel, which they seem to be, because we don't want any twist on them, or the doors aren't going to sit right. I'm scribing in the base piece here that will go tight to the carpet. I've temporarily fixed it through the back of the frame so that it's flush with the top of the frames there, but it wants to sit 18mm down. So now that it's temporarily fixed flush, I can use an 18mm spacer. That's just an offcut, which I'm then putting a little bit of pressure on with the pencil as I scribe along, knowing then that cut line should sit quite tight to the carpet once that piece is refitted 18mm further down. We got it done in the day, so that's good. A few things to mention on this. These doors, they're not the 5-piece doors that we normally make. They're just a flat slab of MDF with an applied moulding. But I think they look pretty good. The handles are from Laura Ashley, provided by the customer, fitted by us. The paint is the same one that we've been using for all our jobs recently. It's a Movac product, Sayalac paint, water-based, so it's environmentally friendly. It's hard to see in there, but we've got these drawers. Now, these are birch plywood drawer boxes, but they're on the cheaper runners than the ones we normally use, because the customer was keen to keep the price down on this project. And then inside there is just a continuous hanging rail behind those door pairs there and the ones either side, and a little shelf there which partly just helps support the rail. And then it's symmetrical with the drawer units here, which you can perhaps see a little bit better. The install's gone really well. I'm pleased with it. The fit is good, so the survey drawings must have been pretty good. I use my laser level now when I'm surveying these spaces, just to be sure the exact shape and slope of things. And the top scribe here, so this is something that I've always found difficult to get looking good, because often what I would do is have the finished edge here and then scribe this with a back cut, an angled cut, but it's very hard to get a really good looking edge there. So I discussed it with a customer, and we kept the finished edge at the top and cut this, because you always have to cut it to fit on site. There's always going to be a slight slope to the ceiling. Luckily the ceiling wasn't as wavy as some of them are, so that straight finished edge along the top worked quite well. And I decided I didn't actually use any decorator's cork on this project, because sometimes I just feel that a close fit with straight lines and a little bit of a shadow black line can just look tidier, especially when on one wall you've got paper where you don't really want to be caulking and painting. It's tidier just to leave it butting up. So that's that all finished. Soft close hinges as usual, and pretty good job, pretty good outcome.